What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and boy oh boy does Anaxa look incredible. He's absurdly broken as he is right now. It wouldn't surprise me if they end up changing him, because right now he just seems a little bit too busted. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that. At the end of the video, let me know in the comments what you think. Before we begin, if you enjoy this type of content, let me know by liking the video, leaving a comment in the comment section below, and subscribing to the channel. Also follow me on Twitch. We are streaming account reviews there pretty much 4 to 3 times a week. So if you're interested in that type of content, please link in the description. Also, I want to thank our friends over at lootbar.gg. Click the link in the description. It's going to take you to lootbar.gg. In here, you're going to find your favorite games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zone Zero, and you can buy their premium currencies at a discounted price. The process is very simple. All you need is your UID and your server, so make sure this information is correct. Then you're going to select the pack that you want to purchase. For me, it's going to be the $99 pack, which here I will be able to save $14 on it, which is a 14% discount. All I have to do is click top up now, make sure that I continue to purchase, and just like that, within minutes you are going to receive your currency directly to your game. It's really that simple, fast and easy. So click the link in the description and check out lootbar.gg. All right, guys, so we're here in my make-believe Photoshop battlefield one more time to explain how Anaxa's kit is going to work. First of all, Anaxa is going to be a wind erudition character, but he kind of functions as a nihility character, and you're going to see what I mean in just a second. His talent is very important to understand, because his talent was going to pretty much set the ground stone or the ground rules for the rest of his kit. So essentially, every time Anoxa attacks an enemy, doesn't matter with a skill, ultimate, or basic, he's going to inflict a random type of weakness to all the enemies hit, or the enemy's hit in general. This hit is going to prioritize a weakness that the enemy doesn't already have. So for example, if we do a basic on True Sting here, we're going to hit single target, right? And we're going to inflict a random weakness that the True Sting doesn't already have. So let's say we do the basic, and then that will trigger the lightning weak, right? So now the True Sting has 4 weaknesses because we just added lightning, and this will happen every single time we hit the enemy with Anaxa. So if we hit it again, it's going to get a fire weakness right now, right? Now the talent continues that once the enemies reach 5 weaknesses, they're going to enter a special state. Now, when they are in this special state, whenever Anaxa hits that enemy with the skill or basic, Anaxa is going to launch an extra skill on top of the basic or skill that you already launched. And this one is not going to consume any skill points. So essentially, once you get an enemy to 5 weaknesses, once you hit him with a basic, Anaxa is going to trigger a follow-up skill. Essentially, it's not going to be a follow-up attack, but it's kind of like a free skill on top of that. And that's pretty much the gist of the talent. Now, since we are talking about the skill, let's go ahead and take this back, right? Let's go ahead and take this back and put it how it was. The skill is essentially Stampo's skill. Really one-to-one what Stampo's skill does, the exact same thing. However, every bounce is going to prioritize an enemy that has not been hit yet. So for example, the main target is True Sting. You're going to do the hit, and it's going to do 5 hits. So the initial hit is going to hit, add a weakness. It's going to jump to the other enemy, hit, add a weakness, jump to the other enemy, hit, add a weakness, and then it's going to continue going. So let's say it does 5 hits. So we did 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, adds fire weakness right here. Since it is random and you hit him with a skill, if you trigger the 5th weakness right here, right? This is the 5th weakness, but this is the 4th hit. If the 5th hit also hits the True Sting and you trigger another weakness over here, the talent is also going to proc and hit the skill again. With just the 1 skill, if it bounces the right way, you can pretty much do a back-to-back skill if you can trigger the 5 weaknesses on just the 1 enemy. So essentially, if this was just 2 enemies, all the bounces are going to hit them both. And then since this one already started with 3 weaknesses, 3 bounces is all it takes for you to trigger an extra skill. So this talent skill combo, it's so good. Now the details don't say if it adds all type res pen, so then all the weaknesses are pretty much calculated as true weaknesses, or if this is only just for breaking or just for adding weaknesses in general. Whatever the case may be, this by itself, it's absolutely broken. Now, as if that is not enough, per weakness that the enemies have, Anaxa is going to be able to ignore 3% of the target's defense. Since it's going to be so easy for Anoxa to get 7 weaknesses on enemies because of the bounce mechanic, Anoxa is going to be able to ignore 21% of the target's defense, which leads me to believe that the quantum set is going to be extraordinarily good on Anoxa because he's already adding in all the weaknesses. So whatever you're fighting with Anaxa is going to be weak to quantum. So the quantum set on Anaxa is actually going to be insanely strong because that's 41% defense ignore on pretty much everywhere that you use Anaxa. So quantum is getting a decently supercharged buff. Not only quantum, Rappa is also getting an insanely absurd buff here as well, because Rappa thrives on breaking, and also the super break set also has defense ignore. If you are going to build super break Anoxa, that will also work incredibly well. So that's another little thing that my brain kind of cooked up as I was reading the kit. This character is just looks so insane. Now, one thing that we haven't talked about is going to be the ultimate. The ultimate is going to inflict another state into all enemy units and then deal some AoE damage. And then when the enemies are considered in that state, they actually are considered to have all 7 weaknesses of the game. So let's say you start the fight, right? Let's take all these weaknesses off, right? Just leave the regular normal weaknesses that they have. Let's just leave them there. Boom, boom. You know, fire and wind, right? Let's take these away. This square is the enhanced state, right? So Anaxa is going to do the ultimate, and the ultimate is going to give the enemies the square debuff. So when the enemy has this square weakness, they just have weakness to every single element in the game. And this is only for 1 turn, and this is only when Anaxa does the ultimate. So this will apply to all the enemies because it is an AoE. And the last part of the ultimate is that enemies that are under these box all type weakness stage, they cannot act. They cannot take a turn. They are unable to take action for that 1 turn. That debuff only lasts for 1 turn. So this box debuff with the weaknesses is essentially a stun. To be completely honest, I don't think Anoxa needs to add all the weaknesses all in 1 debuff. I think Anoxa will be just fine just adding the debuffs with the skill and the talent, and then the little box debuff should just stay as a stun. So you can hold it just in case you want to stun the enemy for 1 turn. But as of right now, Anaxa has that in his kit. So essentially, whenever you ultimate everybody, you are going to have them also in your enhanced state that allows you to get an extra skill whenever you hit them with a basic or a skill. Now, naturally, this team is going to be incredibly strong with the Herda, and not because the Herda gives 80% crit damage when there is another erudition character in the game or in the team. Anaxa's second trace, if there is another erudition character on the team, Anaxa's crit damage is increased by 140%, plus the 80% from the Herda, that's 220% crit damage for Anaxa. And if there are 2 erudition characters on the team, Anaxa is going to increase the damage dealt by all allies by 25%. It's very easy and very clear to see that Anaxa was made to help Herda. Herda is just going to go insanely crazy with this. Not only she's never going to have type disadvantage, she's going to deal 25% more damage. Anaxa is going to deal an extremely big amount of damage as well, with up to 41% defense ignore on his on the quantum set. And as if that wasn't enough, we also have Tribi here to buff their power even more. This team is going to be insanely busted. I am not surprised, or I wouldn't be surprised if by the release of Anaxa he is completely different, because this kit is too strong. Like, this kit is really strong, especially if you have the Herda. This kit is just insanely strong. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for Anaxa as much as I am? Because I'll tell you what, I am extremely excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, see ya.